Today is Wednesday, Parashat Emor. Beginning of the Parashah deals with the Kohanim, the Kohen family, that they have to be careful who they marry, they have to be careful not to become ritually impure. And the first pasuk seems to have a redundancy to it. It says, say to the Kohanim and say to them. Say to the Kohanim and say to them. And from here, from this pasuk, our sages learn about the importance of teaching your children well, to educate well your children. She explains, Emor ve'amarta, this, what would seem to be redundant, actually, is le'azir gdolim ala ktanim. Le'azir is to warn the gdolim, the adults, ala ktanim, that they should educate their children properly, that Kohanim have to make sure that they teach their children not to come in contact with something that would make them ritually impure, because they will not be able to partake of some of the offerings that the Kohen eat, that has to be eaten in a state of ritual purity. Now, a person can become impure by all sorts of things, going into a cemetery, going into touching like a dead, like creeping creature, certain things like touching a dead lizard or a dead. There's certain things that will make a person ritually impure, and the parents, the adults, have to warn the children and to teach them. In the family of Kohanim, since they had food that was to be eaten in a state of purity, that they have to educate their children well. But actually, from this pasuk, our sages learn in general about the importance of educating of our children and to teach them well. So the words in Rashi is le'azir, to warn the gdolim ala ktanim, to warn the adults to make sure to educate their children. But there is another explanation. Le'azir in Hebrew also means to shine, to have radiance. In other words, to shine, the gdolim, the adults, should shine through their behavior, act in such proper way that the children will learn from them through their deeds more than through their words. So one great way to educate your children is how you act yourself, how you shine through your actions. When you shine through your actions, then your children will emulate and will learn from you how to act. More important than what you say is how you act. And this is a great lesson in education. Actually, what the children learn from their parents, around the dinner table, for instance, is a lot more than what they would learn from a blackboard, because this is where they get to see the values of the parents, what is the subject of their discussions, what are the things that are important for them, and the way they act. When they shine through their actions, then the children will be able to learn from from that behavior, and they in turn, also the children, will shine in the way that they act. So this first pasuk in the Parashah really gives us a very important hint on how to raise children and how to shine so they can learn from our actions. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.